South Carolina, and Alabama down to the front. I got an update on the redistricting that's happening in your states. First up, South Carolina. I want you to know that I see you. Look at those lines.
What time is it?
1 minute to democracy.
Okay.
Trying to get it in.
Okay.
Trying to change things.
Okay.
1 minute to democracy.
We are out here.
Yes.
Nice little line. We're in Brooklyn Baptist Northeast.
We begin with breaking news for South Carolina lawmakers are shutting down a major redistricting plan backed by President Trump. That proposal would have redrawn the state's congressional maps in an effort to help Republicans pick up an additional House seat this year. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Shannon Royster.
And I'm Emma Hamilton. Let's go straight over to WJCL 22 News. This is Kirsten Maselka. She's in the studio this afternoon with what this means going forward. Kirsten.
Emma, Shannon, the Senate rejected this plan today, effectively blocking the Trump-led push to redistrict in time for the 2026 midterms, with the intent to pick up a Republican seat in Congress. This development follows days of heated debate in the Senate after the plan cleared the South Carolina House on May 20th. This comes on the same day of the start of early voting in South Carolina for the upcoming June 9th primary. The plan would have set off a special primary in August under new district maps, and that could have shaped the outcome of this year's elections. During the debate, Democratic senators argued the change was coming too late, especially since early voting was already underway. Most Republicans supported the proposal, but some warned that moving too fast could backfire and might actually end up helping Democrats instead of Republicans. For now, the original maps will stay in place for the 2026 elections, but this rejection doesn't completely shut the door on the proposal. By rejecting it now, lawmakers have pushed it to the next legislative session, which means it could still affect future elections. Back to you.
All right, Kirsten, thanks so much. This, of course, is a developing story. We'll be continuing to follow any new decisions out of the South Carolina State House.
So there you have it. Redistricting is basically put on hold in South Carolina. They'll pick it up during the next legislative session, which probably will affect future elections. But for now, yeah, South Carolina is good. Next to Alabama.
Meanwhile, a panel of federal judges is now blocking Alabama from using a new congressional map that would eliminate one of the state's majority black districts. The three-judge panel says the Republican-drawn plan is unconstitutional and intentionally discriminates based on race.
This decision further confuses the electoral landscape across the South and comes a month after a Supreme Court ruling in a case from Louisiana weakened the Voting Rights Act of 1965. NBC News legal affairs reporter Gary Grumbach is following all this from our D.C. bureau. Hey, Gary, so what else are we learning about the Alabama ruling?
Hey there, guys. Yeah, this is a map that has been in and out of litigation for years. And after the Supreme Court ruling last month in the Louisiana case, they took another look at the three-judge panel here in Alabama, took another look at it, and found that, yes, it was an intentional effort to dilute the African-American congressional districts in the state of Alabama. They say in an order here, quote, the legislature well knew that a plan without an additional black opportunity district would dilute black Alabamians' opportunity to participate in the political process, and it intentionally enacted that very plan. This was something that Governor Kay Ivey and the legislature had brought forward back in 2024. It was in effect. Now it is ruled unconstitutional, and they're putting back into effect one that does allow for two black majority districts in the state of Alabama, guys.
Gary, we know that Alabama is expecting to appeal this ruling. So what could happen if this case makes it all the way to the Supreme Court, a conservative-led Supreme Court?
Yeah, we do expect this to go quickly back to the Supreme Court. The Alabama Attorney General saying as much, saying it's not a matter of when we win, well, if we win this case, but when we do. It'll probably go the emergency application route, which is the faster route, without a whole lot of briefing. And so within the next couple of weeks, we should have some sort of decision from the Supreme Court, very likely. And they're going to be looking at what they did in Louisiana and how it relates to what happened here in Alabama. And this is what the impact of their decisions are, right? They make a decision in one state, it's going to impact very differently every other state in the union that has this kind of issue, guys.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
So now the redistricting case in Alabama will go up to the Supreme Court. And I think there is a timing issue here because the legislative session for the Supreme Court ends the beginning of June or the end of June. I'm not sure. It's one or the other. Now, will Alabama get the case up to the Supreme Court in time? Let's hope not. Let's hope not. I got an update for the redistricting that's going on out in Tennessee. Now, we all know that out in Tennessee, they passed their redistricting maps, right? But now they're dealing with lawsuits, and the NAACP brought a lawsuit against Tennessee regarding the redistricting maps. Well, the judge upheld the redistricted maps. But there's 3 other challenges when it comes to these new maps that Tennessee drew. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, but I'm not holding my breath when it comes to Tennessee. As of right now, all of Tennessee is red. But good news for South Carolina and good news for Alabama. Y'all let me know your thoughts. Put it down in the comments.